Cancer, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-February 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cancerians. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Cancer collective in mid-February, please? And thank you. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Cancer collective. What's going on here? What's the vibe? What is the energy swirling around, my friends, please? Let's get this card out nice and quick. There it is. Thank you. All right, cool. I feel like I've seen this for another sign or two this week, and that's not uncommon because I've been seeing a lot of themes that have been running through like the whole entire zodiac. Now, this card is like a severed message where it could be about fun, having a good time, very lighthearted with the jester, but at the same time, it could speak about situations involving control or someone pulling the strings. So we're going to want to look at it further. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the February subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little more about this jester. So we see this individual. It looks like they're putting on a little puppet show, right? So first and foremost, if things have been a little dull, if things have been a little boring, feeling a little stuck in a rut, cabin fever, or even if you've been going through some like serious types of situations, Spirit might want you to cut loose a little bit. Now, I know everybody has fun in different types of ways, so I'm not going to say exactly what that might be, but when I see this jester putting on a show, it could be very lighthearted. There could be a really nice message with this. So maybe you just need to shake it up. Maybe you just need to have a good time or lighten the mood, lighten the energy. That could really go far for a lot of Cancerians when this is here. All work and no play makes you a dull individual, right? Like, you guys know the movie. But if that's not the case, when I see this card, this person's literally pulling strings. So the other message can be kind of dicey. Now, this jester is calling the shots. So whether it's a situation where you need to control it, maybe someone else is pulling the strings, there could be something going on behind the curtain with certain things you're dealing with where it's like, all right, well, there's something I'm not seeing. So we want to definitely watch out for this. So we're going to leave him over there. Take whichever one resonates for you. But yeah, let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card over here, it never makes or breaks the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my Cancer friends, please. And yeah, while we get the deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Unexpected Victory. And I will say this, Cancer, for the last several weeks, your sign out of the whole zodiac has been getting some pretty good energy moving towards it. So if you've been going through some tough things, it's like Spirit saying, all right, that energy will start alleviating. There's good energy coming your way. Wins come in all different shapes and sizes. Same goes with victories, right? Whether it's a work-related thing, health-related thing, relationship thing. But I've just been getting a good flow of energy moving towards the Cancerian. So we're going to see what we have for you this week. Hopefully we'll keep it going. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my Cancers, please. What's going on? Thank you. Okay, 8 of Pentacles, very hardworking, diligent type of energy. And this, I do link this to career often, but it can also represent relationships. I mean, this is someone wanting to put effort into something. It could also represent mending things. Let's get a couple more. Making something right could very much be a possibility with that. I mean, the good energy is still sticking around. I think that's a good thing. So we have the 6 of Wands right here in the center. I'm loving this so far. Let's get one more. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but that's a very positive energy, Cancer. Let's get one more here. What's going on for my good friends, please? The deck is now being very specific for you. I always raise an eyebrow when the cards get very specific. All right, so you do have a bonus card, and we'll take a look at it. It came out with this Queen of Swords. very stern, and she's about her business. Notice that all the energy is flowing in the same direction. But your bonus card is the Fool. So just like that jester we had in the beginning, there's this very lighthearted type of energy that I'm really digging the vibe. So I'm liking that so far. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, there's a nice mixture of elements here. Now, you know I always look at elements because it tells me how the energy is flowing. We start off with some earth. That's very complementary for Cancerians. This energy on the back end, it's a lot of fire with the Six of Wands, the Fool, and the Queen of Swords could be a very volatile mixture, but the energy is moving. And for some of you, like, hard work equals results, or putting your energy into something like full throttle leads to big results here. So I'm really enjoying how this looks. We do have the mix of lightheartedness, but we also have a sternness showing up here with the Queen of Swords. So it's going to be interesting to see how all this plays out. Let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out, though. Position number one, we're starting with the Eight of Pentacles. And we see this individual, they're on their workbench, working hard, very detail oriented. This is creation based. It's very artisanal and creative in general. So for a lot of you, those juices could be flowing. This is one of the major cards that I do link to work, business, how we earn money. So again, there could be various situations involving career when this card shows up. That could definitely be the case. But to me, it's just something in general that we want to put work into, right? That's another good aspect of it, because if we're talking about connections and relationships, when I see the Eight of Pentacles, it's like, all right, I want to work on this. I want to put energy into this. And of course, this is mending something, fixing something. So we'll see if anything funky shows up within the reading, because usually this card doesn't show up if there's like nothing to fix, right? The challenge of the Eight of Pentacles could also represent trying a little too hard, doing a little too much, or somebody's doing too much. It's like, all right, you need to chill out, because it could be overworking or over trying or trying to fix something that can't be fixed. So we're going to take a look at that. Now, moving to the center, I'm feeling cautiously optimistic in general, because we do have the Six of Wands, beautiful, beautiful energy. Now, as far as zodiac signs go, the Six of Wands does link to Leo type of energy, so you might be connected to one. Maybe you have some Leo placements yourself. If that's not the case, we see this individual, they're in a parade. They're celebrating a victory, a win, whatever we want to call it. They're getting a lot of attention. So that's another little side message that we'll explore in a moment. When I see this, it's a card of getting recognition, getting payoffs for things that you've done, where it's like, okay, all of my effort, all of my hard work is paying off here. Now, if this is something that hasn't happened yet, this could be Spirit telling you, like, listen, Cancer, if you put your head down and put energy towards it, you're going to get a really good result. So I do love this victorious-based energy. In its challenge, sometimes it could represent someone that's a little too egotistical. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Someone that just loves attention. I don't want to go too hard on the challenges of the cards, but that is an aspect of this card sometimes. I'm feeling like this is a good result, though, initially when it's showing up here. Another thing, you might be a little more magnetic than you usually are, getting a lot more attention than you normally do. There could be someone that's keeping an eye on you, or you could be keeping an eye on something else, because the Six of Wands is in the limelight, right? It's getting a lot of attention. Now, moving to the back end, we do have the Queen of Swords. She's the little vibe switch that I'm picking up here in the reading. Now, for some of you, you might be connected to an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If that's not the case, the Queen of Swords, she is very stern, straightforward, strict and to the point. There are no games, no BS with this type of card. It is like just very straightforward and honest whenever I see it, and that's a big strength of the Queen of Swords. She could be a tactician, right? A lot of strategy, a lot of planning. So we'll see what the clarifier tells us. Like, all right, is someone planning something? Do you need to plan something? We'll see. And it's just extremely intellectual. So I do like this. A challenge with the Queen of Swords, though, since she is so truthful and no games, no BS, sometimes she could be cold, right? Sometimes she could be hurtful. And I always say she often shows up when there is a situation that is either serious or you need to take seriously. So she could be our main vibe switch here. Now, real quick, as we get to the back end, we'll get this Queen of Swords tucked back in here. We do have the Fool card. That's big Aries energy as your bonus. So it's about initiating. It's about making moves, taking action. This is connected, like I said, to the Aries collective. So if you're not connected to one, this could be Spirit saying, like, go do it, make it happen, put energy into it. We're seeing it in multiple places here. Now, a challenge when it comes to the Fool, and yeah, it could be lighthearted, joking, funny. So that could be really nice for a lot of you. It could be very spontaneous. So this could be Spirit telling you, like, all right, be cautious, look before you leap when this card is here. So it's unpredictable. So I want to dive deeper on all the Cancer. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my Cancer friends. Let's see what's happening. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Cancer, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Eight of Pentacles. What's this energy about? What's this effort? Okay, I do see improvement. I like this. This isn't always an easy energy, what I'm picking up here in the front end, because I do have the Ace of Cups in the upright, and that could be a very emotional energy, but it also has a lot of potential. When I see this, this could be a card of talks, offers, opportunities, especially with the Eight of Pentacles. So for any of you that are watching this for career, work, business stuff, there could be some really great opportunities coming in the short term when I see this energy. It's really nice. Now, if this is relationship based, this could be spirit saying like, all right, with the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, finding new ways to communicate how you feel, or just putting your energy out there. Like I feel someone possibly working on themselves too. It's like, all right, listen, I want to become the best version of myself, which is really nice. I feel like it's lovely for the most part. But yeah, with the Eight of Pentacles and this, there could be big offers coming in, whether that's relationships or work. So keep your eyes on the horizon, especially if these are things you've been working towards, because the universe could serve it to you, especially with what we're seeing here on the back end of the spread. So very simple, straightforward with what I'm seeing. And another thing I'm picking up is your effort being rewarded. I see it here in the center, here in the front. It's like, all right, your effort could be rewarded. So Spirit might just want you to just keep pushing on something, like keep making it happen. So let's keep moving over to the Six of Wands. I really want to get over to the Queen of Swords because I feel like she could possibly be a curveball. So we want to look at her. But let's go in on the Six of Wands. So far, so good. You know, I've done many readings. I know how these readings could go sometimes. But why is the Six of Wands here for Cancer? Please. Thank you. Okay. So 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I like it. You know, there's probably a lot of leaders that would not like the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, but I do in this sense, in this case, because the energy doesn't feel stuck. It doesn't feel gunked up. Now, for a lot of you, this is a change for the better. So there could be various situations that either you've been dealing with it recently, or it's something that even if you have to deal with it currently right now, I feel it changing for the better, because the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, it can represent drawbacks. It can represent rough situations, especially watch out for home and family stuff. But to me, a challenge with this card, it could sometimes be very stuck, very set in stone. So when I see it in reverse underneath this Six of Wands, like to me, again, this is either a very good positive change, or this is a victory coming in, where it's like, all right, you're not blocked here. You're not blocked up. There could be something where you just need to put a little more effort into it. Okay, or someone does, where it's like, all right, if there's just a little more effort here, you can really turn the tides. Okay, if that makes any sense. So for whatever it is you're dealing with, maybe try to give it a little bit more attention. Let's keep moving over to the Queen of Swords. We'll see what she has to say. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadows. So far, so good. So far, so good. But let's see what the Queen has for us. Guys, what do we have with that Queen of Swords? Quick, super quick. Eight of Swords in reverse. Interesting. So the busier you keep yourself, the better you will be. I don't know why that's the energy I'm picking up here. Now, the Eight of Swords is not very stressed out when it's in reverse, because to me, it's like very liberating. There could be something where you need to be very determined about what you want from it. Okay, like if you need to decide, like, all right, well, what do I really want? And you need to stick to it. You need to be determined. I know Cancer is a cardinal sign. When you have your mind set on something, you can make it happen. And that has been a recurring theme throughout this spread this week, where it's like, listen, if you put the effort into it, if you keep your mind locked on it, if you put your intentions out there and manifest it and work towards it, it's like you can't be stopped, which is a beautiful thing. But the Queen of Swords with the Eight of Swords in reverse, it's like, all right, well, you don't have to overthink it, but just keep yourself busy, right? You could plan things, you could strategize, but don't do too much of that. Get out of the realm of the head and into the realm of action. That's how it feels. So somebody needs to get into that realm, whether it's you or someone else. They need to stop overthinking something and just do it. Do something, make it happen. Now, she could also represent, with all the stuff we've been seeing leading up to it, a very serious win. Okay, so it kind of piggybacks off what we've been having for the past couple of weeks, where it's like, all right, if you take it seriously, this is going to happen. Or if you seriously put a lot more or a little more focus into it, you're going to get a great result. Notice we have the repeating eights showing up here. So I like this energy for you this week. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow cards. So we do have some themes here. And I will say, compared to the rest of the zodiac, I'm really loving your energy this week. But in position number one, we have the Eight of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups in the upright. So for a lot of you, whether it's work related or relationships, these can be big offers, massive offers coming in the short term, where it's like, okay, well, you wanted it, you worked for it, here it is. It's like kind of almost on a silver platter, right? And it doesn't feel like it's the easiest thing, but it's like, all right, you want it, you got it. You want it, you got it. Moving to the center, we have the Six of Wands, card of victory, with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, pardon me. So for some of you, this could be a change for the better, a big improvement with something where it's like, okay, we're looking good here. This energy is looking nice. It's shifting and moving, but it's moving in a positive direction. Also, just this big victorious energy. There could be something, any situation where if you put a little more effort, a little more focus into it, you got it. Moving to the back end, Queen of Swords, Eight of Swords in reverse. Don't overthink it. Spirit wants you to get out of the headspace and into the action realm. So that's why we have the Fool here, where it's like, all right, well, yeah, do it, make it happen, work towards it. It's like all interconnecting. So if there is something that you are serious about, whether it's a connection, work, you name it, it feels like if you take it seriously, you can seriously get this win or victory. So it's great. I feel like with the energy we've been getting for the past few weeks, this is really nice. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Cancer, please. See what's happening. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for Cancer in the shadows? There we go. Thank you. Okay, Strength. So yeah, that Leo energy is still lingering around you, which could be nice because they are your zodiacal neighbor. But Strength is usually a card of character. It's a card of determination. So especially with the messages we're picking up in this week's reading, when we see Strength in the shadows, it could be Spirit saying like, listen, you got this. You might need to be a little more confident in yourself in regards to something when I see the Strength card. Now, another thing I will say about the shadow side of Strength, if there is something you've been trying not to do, something you've been trying to refrain from, whether it's a behavior, thought process, you could be very tempted in this time by someone or something when Strength is here, because remember, this is like a character check where Spirit's like, okay, let's see how far you've come. So don't be surprised that there's certain things that test your patience, test your boundaries, or test you in general when this card is here. Okay, so again, I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I'm liking your overall energy, especially in comparison to a lot of the stuff I was seeing throughout the zodiac this week. So Cancer, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the February subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out the availability and my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com, so we could get a little forecast for the next few weeks for you. But for the February subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you could snap your fingers right now and wish for something, what would it be? It could be anything except more wishes. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.